right here we have our City Hall of Azusa, and this is where we got to come to do our city council meeting and get to know some of the mayor and some of our city council members. So just a few facts about Azusa. There's about 40,000 people that live in the city limits, and this is a 9 square mile city. City Hall is located right in the center of Azusa. Right behind us is the Gold Line. And this place is just an opportunity for people to see the beauty of Azusa. There's so much happening here. They have flags up often. This is just a really great place to come and learn more about the history of Azusa. Things like the old Foothill drive-in are things that this area likes to highlight. So this is the City Hall, like I said, and it's just a wonderful place to come. And if you have any information about Azusa, this is the best place to go to find it.
So next on our stop on our journey of Azusa is the police department, and this is where we came to gather information about the community and talk to a police officer. So he told us about some of the crimes that occur here, basically saying that there is a lot of crime, but most of it is just small crimes. There's not a whole lot of big stuff. But what they do here is they do have a homeless outreach. So once a year they gather all the homeless people together and do a count of how many people in Azusa who don't have places to live, which is actually really important to document the people that are homeless and know who is here and who is not. So the police department and the chief of police do a lot for the community of Azusa, and the community really appreciates them and is good to them. And in Azusa, we found some parks. Woo! 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 So this is the Gold Line of Azusa, which has actually been a very important development within the last few years. It has brought so much to the city as far as economics and transportation. So the Gold Line is super essential to help the citizens of Azusa get to work, and it has been really cool. Everyone uses it.
The Target in Azusa. This is a great area because it's created a lot of new business opportunities for Azusa. It used to be a bit of a dry spot because there wasn't a lot of big businesses that could provide a lot of jobs. And so this Target has been just such a blessing for the city of Azusa. And it's a wonderful place to come and hang out and ride the escalators.
So this Target has been really great, but when we tried to interview people here before, it was actually a really horrible experience. So maybe the citizens of Azusa are not up at 9 o'clock in the morning and at Target, but we were, and it did not go well. But we did find interviews other places.
So even on our brief journey through Azusa thus far, we've already seen so many homeless people at different parks, walking through Target, and just walking the streets. And so it's such a real problem for Azusa, and I just wanted to take a moment to share that even while just taking the opportunity to film for a few minutes here, we are seeing the needs of the community present themselves.
So this is downtown Azusa, and as you can see, there are a lot of businesses that are shut down, run down, and not really getting the love that they need. So we just wanted to show this as an example of some of the needs that Azusa's businesses have and some of the needs that their community feels. So a lot of the citizens that we interviewed stated that Azusa needs a little bit of a touch-up, it's a little rundown. So as you can see, just looking around the main area, that is definitely true. So as hopefully you can see in our video, Azusa is very diverse. They are mostly Hispanic. I think it was like 57% Hispanic, which is very rare in America actually. So they're mostly Hispanic. The next race and ethnicity that they have is Caucasian, which is a little bit lower than that. So mostly Hispanic, then Caucasian, and then at 0.1% it's Asian, African American, and Pacific Islander. But they are very diverse in what they offer here. There's a ton of different places that you can go to get different cultural experiences. But the diversity is something that the city council and leadership is super proud of. So we went to interview someone, and it turns out to be a city council member on our first round of interviews, and that was something that he talked about that he's super proud of. And Leo C. Nasser was something that was a person that Azusa decided to honor because of his great leadership of their city, and that is something that the city council currently tries to continuously embody in what they're doing today.
So in this little town of Azusa, there's so many opportunities to be involved in your community. A couple of things that they really value are to have family involvement in different activities. Like you could get involved with the Parks and Rec program and play softball, or come to the Christmas tree lighting ceremony that they had at the City Hall. Just different activities like that are huge for the city of Azusa, and it's part of the way that the leadership is promoting to find a healthier life for Azusa, even in the busyness. And so something that we would hope to see improvement on is the participation of those events. And honestly, to see a city that has such great opportunity is encouraging, because if leadership casts a vision, eventually the followers will take on.
So a reason that we might have seen a lot of the homeless people around here is that one of Azusa's biggest problems is low-income housing. There is not a lot of low-income housing, and it just is really difficult to find resources and ways to get the housing that they need. So a lot of the homeless actually end up on the streets just because they don't know how to get what they need from the city. And in Azusa, there's a pretty big gap when it comes to housing. So it's either you're not doing well, you're unemployed, you're poor, or you are super doing well and you have a great house and that you live in a great neighborhood. So there's actually a huge gap, which makes it really difficult to find a middle ground area. And a lot of the citizens that we interviewed stated that they would like more resources for low-income housing and even middle-range housing.
Alright, so the last stop on our journey of Azusa is a place that was really impactful for our research, and that was the Foothill Community Church. So if you walk with me, I'm just going to give you a bit of a tour and talk about some of the opportunities they have. So one of the things that Foothill Community Church does is a weekly feed for those who are in need. And so each Saturday they open up their doors and about 80 to 100 people come to receive a free meal. They also have a Foothill Counseling Center, which is just back here, and they work that on a sliding scale, so people with low income can also come and receive counseling at an affordable rate if they don't have insurance. A couple other things that are so great about this facility, it's not just a church, it's an outreach. So they have this place called the Neighborhood Homework House. And what that is it was a vision that was created by two women many years ago, and they saw the need in Azusa to help those immigrant kids that were not receiving proper education and didn't know English as a language. And so that's evolved and developed into the Neighborhood Homework House that reaches out to other children that are often in low-income housing areas and allows them just to connect and be tutored and mentored. So it's just a great opportunity for the children and for people to help. The next thing and the last thing that I want to talk about here is an opportunity called My Third Place, and that's in partnership with Azusa Pacific University. And what My Third Place is a place for children to go who don't have anywhere to go after school. So maybe both their parents are working full-time and they don't have anyone at home and it's not safe for them there. Maybe they are homeless. Basically what this place is an opportunity to hang out, to be safe, to be provided with a meal, and to have a place where they can learn, grow, and be connected with the Lord. So once people are in My Third Place, the church has said that oftentimes they move into their youth group and start in their ministries, and so it's a great way to reach into the community and bring people in.
Alright guys, that's Azusa!
Hope you've enjoyed it!
Bye.